sans lesquels le sport n'a pas de vie, fier d'appartenir à notre grand édifice médiatique, l'Aips. Merci de m'avoir écouté.
Merci, Bedreddin. And now let's go to Ghana. With us is the managing editor of Africa Sports newspaper and the president of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, who is also a team commentator, Mr. Yeboah.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, cherished members of AIPS. With nearly 11 million infections of the coronavirus COVID-19 across the world, a generation has not witnessed a level of perplexity as this. In Africa, South Africa leads the rate of infection with 15,000 cases, whilst Ghana has 18,000 cases, of course, with impressive recurrence. Irrespective of the figures in respective African countries, the impact of the novel COVID-19 on sports journalism, I guess, is the same. In Ghana, for instance, and I guess by extension, the rest of Africa, the pandemic has disrupted work and adversely affected sources of income for the sports journalists. The lack of sports activity means the withdrawal of advertising revenue, which has led to many pay cuts, delayed payments, and in some cases, total layoffs. The worst hit in our case would appear to be our freelancers. In Ghana, for instance, several sports commentators, for who the Ghana Premier League was the main source of income, have had a really tough time. Television producers have been compelled to cut down productions and lay off staff, as other media houses have also been compelled to sack some staff. And as the president of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, I receive calls on a daily basis from distressed members for assistance and direction. Betting companies were some of the biggest advertisers in countries like Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, and largely East Africa. With some leagues on hold, it has meant strenuous financial times for many sports journalists. For a lot of African journalists, the total cancellation of the Africa Cup of Nations, which is a massive deal for African journalists on the continent, means potential financial stress for many. These indeed are awful times for sports journalists in Africa. Personally, I've been the regular host of Sports Highlights, Ghana's prime weekly sports show on the national broadcaster, Ghana Television, for the last 26 years. During this period, never has the program suffered such debilitating loss of revenue as this period of COVID-19. The total absence of any sporting activity in Ghana has also meant we've had to be transformative, as most television programs have been reshaped. The newspaper industry in Ghana is one of the worst hit by this pandemic. Even in so-called normal times, the industry suffered as readership dwindled due to a variety of reasons. Today, most newspapers are compelled to rely on the benevolence of philanthropists and big money bags.
Non siamo tanti italiani, c'è Pier Bergonzi, ci sono Pier Bergonzi, vice direttore della Gazzetta,
While I may struggle to
Francesco
admit, my
Carimani.
own independence has been compromised as the newspaper I've edited over the last 36 years, the Africa Sports, is no different from the plight of most sports journals. Regrettably, as I write this piece, almost all Ghana sports newspapers have folded, save one or two, because of the coronavirus. And indeed, some of my colleagues have been compelled to take the rather childish and bitterly unbelieving decision to continue to work without any form of salary or income until the return of normalcy. The pillars of journalism we all appreciate hinges on total objectivity, integrity, and probity, ingredients that are free from introversion and servility. The harsh cold reality is that we have been compromised because of the coronavirus pandemic. And the independence of the profession has never been in such grave danger. COVID-19 means a paradigm shift for journalism as we look at digital migration for television broadcasts. There may be more television channels and self-broadcasts like Facebook Live, YouTube, and so on. On the bright side, the current situation has exposed journalists to the benefit of digital platforms and the benefit of working with new tools, among others. The continuous digitization could also have adverse effects on our workforce as we confront this deadly disease. And such is the novel case of the pandemic that we've had to work together. In that specific case, the Sports Writers Association of Ghana have had to acquiesce to the demand of the government to hand over the clubhouse to be used as COVID-19 isolation center, which we have gleefully done. Hopefully, demands which may directly border on our independence and freedom would not be made. My fervent prayer is that the new normal, which is really crippling our profession, will soon pass as a vaccine is found to end this current hell. Until then, we can only keep our fingers crossed. And with your indulgence,